Has there ever been a time when a complete stranger has called you gay or a fag or has attacked you on social media and has called you pansy? Has it made you feel all riled up and made you feel infuriated and angry? Or actually worse still, has it made you really question your own sense of self-worth? On the Be Happy project for a very long time I've been wanting to talk about sexuality because it's one thing a lot of you have been writing to me about. The thing is, years ago, the only people who really had the power to make you feel good or bad about yourself were the people that you met every day, the people in close proximity, your friends and your family. That's not the case today. Today, you could feel really good because absolute strangers are liking your pictures and commenting on posts, and these are people you're likely to never meet in your life. But by the very same logic, you also have people who you've never met, who probably could be nameless and faceless trolls, who now, oddly enough, have the power to make you really feel horrible about yourself. That's, I think, the struggle for the millennials at the moment, because the number of people who are feeling horrible and angsty and depressed simply because of social media is an outstanding number, alright? At least on the sexuality front, I'm hoping that we can solve one part of that problem. Here's the thing, and I want you to really think about this objectively. When a troll writes anything to you, very often these are trolls who are hiding behind fake profiles. You really don't even need to worry about it. When that happens to me, my disposition to it is just always very cool. I'm like, who are you? You don't even have a credibility. And I think while you might just laugh it off, that's one part of it. But I think the second part of it is the fact that, and on a more serious note, why is it that when someone attacks you for being gay or calls you a name, why is it that traditionally people felt bad about it? There was peer pressure. Do you notice in all of these old films or whatever, when there was a bully, he always came with a posse. A bully was never really alone. The reason the person being attacked felt bad was because there was peer pressure, because socially they felt like they didn't belong or that they were inferior to the rest of the people. Because there were other people together laughing, there was this whole pressure that was mounting on this so-called victim, and the bully was simply harnessing the power of the peers. Now I want you to really think about this, okay? You're living at a time where it is so politically incorrect to be a homophobe. You realize that the peer pressure now can be completely flipped if you want to do that. Because it is so socially unacceptable to now go out and attack someone's sexuality, use that to your advantage. This is what I want to talk to you about, okay? A lot of you have been writing to me and say, hey, when people call me gay or whatever, I go out and delete the post or I block the person, or I make sure that nobody sees it, or I make sure I completely have notifications on so that the moment I get attacked, I dismiss that notification so nobody sees it. That's what I don't want you to do, alright? Because the moment you do that, you're hiding. When you block an individual, you're saying, okay, I don't want to hear this, I'm going to shut you out. Or the moment you delete a comment, you're taking it away, and whoever this troll is actually getting great pleasure by just harassing you. Here's how I want you to use peer pressure to your advantage. Because now it is socially so wrong to call somebody gay or to insult them in a way that it is considered insulting. Here's what you need to do. Call them out. When somebody accuses you of anything or makes sure that they call you a random name or whatever, tag a lot of friends, do a lot of those things. The cool part is today you could actually be a superhero for dealing with a troll. Trust me, it feels great. I've done it a few times, alright? That's one part of it. But I also want to emphasize on the fact that the trolls are only that important, and I couldn't really harp on that even more if I tried. What I really, at the crux of it all, want to talk about is the part which is so difficult to understand, because this is the part which has to deal with us. In all honesty, I think we always look for someone else to blame because it's easier for us and our brain to comprehend and say someone else is wrong. They are the ones who are the bad people. They are the ones who are horrible ones. In all honesty, let's think about this, okay? When somebody calls you gay or attacks you in a way that you think is an attack and calls you maybe a fag or pansy, why is it that you feel so riled up? Why do you feel bad about yourself? If you really think about this, you'll realize that the reason you probably feel bad is because you have attributed a sense of value judgment to any of these words. Again, in a sense of honesty, when somebody says, hey, do you want the chicken or do you want the dal? Are you veg? Are you non-veg? Are you a smoker? Are you a non-smoker? Are you a bike person? Are you a car person? Are you a dog person? Are you a cat person? The reason none of these questions even come close to making you feel any other way than the question of are you gay is because none of these have a value judgment that you have attached to it. As much as we want to blame the other guy, very often if you're feeling bad, angry and threatened by somebody else talking about sexuality, think about it. At some level, maybe you also feel inherently that word makes you feel like you're not good enough. Honestly, that's the thing that you have to fix, alright? That's easier said than done. I want to talk about something else which is actually very cute, alright? Over social media, and I really put myself out there literally every single day. There's something magical and beautiful that's been happening. Right? When I'm doing these Facebook lives, you'll have so many number of people who'll be guys who'll say, hey dude, I love you, you're so cool, you're so cute. Here's the funny part, alright? Years ago, I think these would have been people who would have been mocked and ridiculed. I love how when they're writing all this now, it's so brazen, it's so open, it's so lovely, it's beautiful, and it's amazing. That's exactly what you want to gravitate towards, alright? As long as I think you appreciate other people's boundaries, and it's really, really good. I think that's how you really need to aspire to be. When you stop thinking that gay is a bad word, there will be no room for insult. The trolls can only insult you if you give them that power to do it, alright? I know this sounds like I'm being overtly simplistic about this, but if you can shift that mindset to think that's not even an insult, what are you talking about? I think you'll be fine. You know, I'm going to give you a very simple example. I think the one thing that I get written to most about by the trolls is, oh my god, are you gay because you sound gay? To which most often my reaction to that is, by that do you mean that I speak well? When you don't get offended, a troll really doesn't know where to go from that, alright? Trust me, your sexuality, who you sleep with, has nothing to do with the kind of person you are. Your sexuality is one part of your personality. It's not your entire being. When you walk out of a room, people should say, wow, this person is so accomplished, he's so amazing, this is a really nice guy or a girl. If people respect you for who you are, trust me, they're not going to care about who you're sleeping with. And if they're gossiping, that's still great. You're still as important, alright? Find love. I think that's the one thing I always say. Whether you fall in love with a guy or a girl is immaterial. I've actually had the coolest year, right? I've had about 2 or 3 of these cute mini relationships, and the good part is that one of my friends was joking, said, I think you're going through a foreigner phase, so I should just go stand at the airport and say, hi, welcome to India, come to my house. But the good part about all of these 2-3 relationships have been that they've been so beautiful, and it's only ended because now we're in different countries. But I have blinkers on when I'm in love, and I think that's important. Who you fall in love with is absolutely immaterial as long as it is love. As long as you've got your values of fidelity and you know, you're with someone and you really love them, I think that's really all you require. And this is the tip of the iceberg. There is nothing that one can say about something as broad as sexuality, because I understand that for somebody like me, this is overtly simplistic. I'm very confident as an individual. It makes no difference to me. Very often, I think the people trying to attack me are people who are literally nobodies. So I think it's very easy for me to do that. One part of this video, today it's easy for me to talk about all these things. When I was 14, 15 and 16 in school, maybe it was much harder for me. I'm really hoping that for everyone who writes to me and says, hey, you know, I'm feeling so bad because somebody said this to me on social media, the next time you feel the urge to go out and want to delete a comment, don't. Incredibly enough, and Facebook is great for this, they have a very, very, very strong cyberbullying policy, alright? When you report a comment, and if it really is an abuse, very often that profile will get deleted. Use all this to your advantage. Every time you go and hide, every time you delete a comment, every time you block a person, actually you haven't confronted a problem, you've just delayed it, alright? I want you to be the superhero who is so comfortable in your skin that sexuality becomes something which is just something that one doesn't need to discuss and talk about. And I think that would be incredible. The Be Happy project, like I always say, is a passion project for me. The reason to talk about this is only because exactly that. I want to talk about this. I want people to become so comfortable that it really should not matter. When anyone asks you the question of, are you gay? Maybe they want to sleep with you. Maybe it's not an insult. Maybe they have really good tastes and you're part of that, right? So celebrate that. Who you sleep with is absolutely immaterial. I'm telling you, when you walk out of the room, if people say, wow, there's a person I want to be like, you have won that battle. If you like this video, please share it. If you think that this video is going to help anyone get the message, I'd be delighted if you share this with them. And if you have any thoughts and comments, please feel free to write to me, and I mostly respond to most comments. The Be Happy project is very, very, very dear to me. If anyone has the power to make you feel good, that's you. If anyone has the power to make you feel bad, when you work on yourself, you'll realize that they don't exist anymore, right? And I cannot overemphasize that enough. If you are this beautifully strong, confident individual, trust me, the trolls are going to be so frustrated because they would not know who to attack. And I'm really hoping that's the kind of person you can end up being, alright? Bye bye.